Thanks again for watching. Elise makes a bunch of videos.
Okay, so I've been trying to figure out the difference between baseball and cricket, and real quickly, the main thing is that although the innings are not the same thing, cricket has 2 innings that are ridiculously long. Baseball has like, I don't know, 7 or whatever.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. It's like, I think what they do, instead of having 3 different games, matches or whatever, they combine it all so that like you have like 3 different matches all in one time period.
Pretty much with that just means that if you understand baseball, basically each inning is super long, and once the first one is over, then the second one is the second team going up. And I'm not really sure why in cricket they always use it as a plural, like it's innings, but there's only 2 and it's 1 per team. So really it should just be 1 inning each, which is not plural. So I don't get that one. They also use it as a term for keeping score, so just ignore the term innings. It's very confusing. If you watch baseball and you think it's similar, it's not. But yeah, basically there's 2 innings per match. And the reason why an inning can take days is that each batter kind of gets like an unlimited amount of time to continue going until they get out. Whereas in baseball, you get out fairly quickly. In cricket, the batter can be there fucking batting forever. They're just batting for all day long. But it depends on what kind of a match it is. So instead of having like very minor differences between types of leagues or competition match things, there are certain game formats that are super long, which is probably what most baseball people get confused by. So a test match just goes on for days and days. It's usually like 3, 4, or 5 days. And that is an unlimited amount of overs, which I'll talk about later. And then the 2020 match is 20 overs, and it's usually around 3 hours. That's the shortest version of cricket. And then there's the day match, which is usually 1 day with a break in the middle, and sometimes can end up being 2 days. I'm not really sure why or what the stipulations for making a second day are, but so far I've only really seen the test match, which goes on forever. So an inning is over when there's 10 outs. So once all the batters have gone out, because there's 11 players per team, and they bat in pairs. So there's going to be 5 sets of batters that go up per inning. Generally, that's what you need to know.
So yeah, they have like 3-day matches, and then if for some reason that's not enough, they'll extend it to like 4 or 5 or 6 days. It's ridiculous, because you're not going to sit there for 6 days. Like, I don't understand that.
Alright, so how do the points work in cricket? The point system in cricket is counted in runs or wickets. It's the same way to get points. It's just dependent on who goes first. So the team that's up to bat first gets runs. The team that's up to bat second gets wickets. It's also confusing because wickets are also these strange 3-legged lobbly tabletop things that are on both sides of the pitch. And the pitch is sort of like the diamond, only it's way smaller, and there's only 2 bases, 1 per batter. You just sort of run back and forth, and if you can do that, you get a run.
I don't know. Cricket is very confusing. Like, there's some dude, and then he like hits this ball with his wicket, and then he runs back and forth, and they're all throwing the ball to try and get it somewhere. And
if the fielding team can knock down your wickets, then that's an out, I guess. So you don't want to knock them down, and you can knock your own down by accident because there's one on either side. I'm not really sure. That's bad. There's a lot of ways to get batters out. I'm not going to explain all of them, but yeah, knocking the wickets down is one way to get your batter out, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so what is an over? I'm not still 100% sure, but basically an over is when 6 legal balls have been played. But yeah, and once an over is finished, then they switch sides. So that basically means the second batter is up on the other side, on the other wicket, because there's two wickets facing each other on this weird pitch, rectangle pitch thing. So there's a lot of different ways to get a batter out in cricket than there is in baseball. Similar, which is just catching the ball. If a fielding player catches the ball, then they get the batter out. Or if they get the ball and throw it back to the wicket for the time that the batter has to run from one wicket to the other and back, then that's an out. And I think there's like 8 other ways. I don't really fully know all of them, but depending on which comes first is if you've got to your limit of overs, which I talked about earlier, or if you get all 10 people out, then that finishes the inning. So basically the second inning, that team just needs to beat the score of the first inning, and that's what determines who wins. So once that first inning is over, there's a little less mystery as to exactly what score needs to be, and then in that way there's always a sort of countdown to how much is needed to win the game from the second team. They're just out there in the middle of the desert sun throwing these balls, and they don't even have gloves. They're just catching these freaking rock hard balls with their bare hands in the middle of the sun. I was like, how dehydrated would you have to be? Like, hands must be sweating. But then that's probably why they have these little like handkerchiefs all the time. Again, I don't really know exactly how all the point systems work, but if you get like a home run type deal, it's 6 points. So 6 runs or 6 wickets, depending on which side you're on. If you get the ball to the boundary, but it hits the ground at some point, that's 4 points. Yeah, I guess the points end up getting really high, especially because one inning is so long and so many batters get chances to bat. So if it seems like they're ridiculously a lot of points, that's normal. Yeah, cricket is fucking weird, yo. I don't get it. What's going on there? Did I mention it's hot in Australia? Freaking hot. Hot as hell out here. I don't know why I decided to do these videos outside. That was a mistake. Anyways, have a good day. Thanks for watching.